It's always about the lollies,
It's
isn't
always
it?
about the lollies, no matter where you take them.
Yeah, but they were interested. It's sort of we got a bit slow in the middle, but the last course was very exciting, so they were very
Bit of
happy.
a challenge.
Yeah, I still won, but
Oh, she's competitive.
I'm very competitive.
Beating your children.
I can't help it. But while we were there was a gentleman who was putting behind us, and I overheard him speaking to somebody else, telling them the best way to do a putt. And I thought,
Right.
oh, now here's somebody who knows
He's
what
a putting coach.
he was coaching them a little bit, and I
Right.
thought he knows what he's doing. This
Right.
guy, and it's very unusual to find somebody who knows how to mini putt putt.
Definitely.
And so I
Clearly, it wasn't Tiger Woods behind you.
it wasn't Tiger
No.
Woods, no. There was none of that naughty business. He was, he's a putter king.
Right.
I later found out after I spun around, I overheard him. I'm an eavesdropper, and I overheard him saying that he was going to compete in a challenge.
Right.
And I thought, that sounds good. That sounds like something that my listeners might like to hear about. And anyway, so he's a professional mini golfer, I later found out. He's the reigning putter king, and he's 5 times Australian putt-putt golf medal play champion. And he's going to attempt a new world record by achieving 570 aces. Now, I don't know what that is,
No,
Lou.
neither do I.
Do you?
No, I've got no idea.
Have you played any putt-putt?
I haven't played putt-putt for about 3 years. I was down the south coast with my kids and I took them along and we did some putt-putt.
Now,
But I'm no champion.
You're not, no.
Clearly not.
Well, it's
No.
interesting you mentioned the South Coast because Alan gave me, when I asked him for, some information on what he does, he gave me his YouTube channel.
Right.
And he has played a lot down there. Anyway, I've got him on the line now. Hello, Alan.
Yes, good evening.
Hello, Alan. Thank you for joining us. I was just filling everyone in on how I met you over at Westmead the other day.
Yes, just putting in a bit of practice for our 24-hour marathon come September.
Now, 24 hours, that's a lot of putt-putt. I have to say, I know that you love it and you're very good at it, but I was pretty crap. I was pretty bad at it, so I got bored after the first course, I think. So how are you going to maintain the interest for 24 hours?
Well, I've never actually shot a perfect 18. In America, they actually there's 3 guys that have done that.
Yeah.
But my best score is a 22, where I've actually made 14 hole-in-ones out of the 18. So that challenge is yet to be conquered. So.
Okay, so can we just explain you can explain it to me because I don't understand it. There are always only 18 holes. Are there on a mini putt-putt course?
Yep, same as normal golf.
Oh,
and,
okay.
The way putt-putt golf is set up, that every hole is a par 2,
Yeah.
and every hole is a chance of a hole-in-one, or an ace as we call it.
Mm.
And the record in America is 18, so they've had some guys get a hole-in-one on every hole.
And you're allowed to bounce the ball off the side, aren't you, and into the hole?
Yeah, a lot of times that's the best way to actually get a hole-in-one, instead of making the normal length of the hole, be it 20 or 30 feet. It may be that if you play an angle, you only have to make a putter around about 4 to 5 feet, and if you get the angle correct, the ball goes in. So.
Now, I think everyone's first question when they meet you probably is, do you play golf?
Yes, I play a bit of social golf.
Yeah.
Also fairly ordinary handicap, so around about a 24. But I normally have around about 28 to about 30 putts around in normal golf, which is not too bad.
And
So have you got a few people joining you in September?
I'll have a support team. Someone doing all the scoring for me and doing a bit of video work and entering all the scorecards in the computer. So yeah, we'll have probably around about 30 odd people in the support
Your
team.
personal chef, your trainer, your stylist, that kind of thing?
Yeah, keeping me fed and throwing
Your
bananas at me.
fashion advisor?
Yeah, all that.
And how did you get into putt-putt? Was it something that you've played since you were a child and you've just continued to play, or is it something that you came...
pretty much. I used to have a course near us down at Warrawong, and when I moved to Sydney, we used to visit a course quite regularly, and the course owner was a putt-putt professional who took some interest in my scoring and told me about the weekly tournaments, and so we started from there. So.
Tournaments. Now that suggests there's quite a lot of people just like you that go and play putt-putt professionally.
There's not a lot of us in Australia, but there's probably 40 odd guys that are crazy enough to play it professionally. So we have a bit of fun with it.
Now, tell us a little bit more about this world record attempt. Now, you're doing this for a purpose. It's not just for you to prove that you can play mini putt-putt for 24 hours.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm doing it as a fundraiser for the Westmead Children's Hospital and for the oncology unit. My nephew's just been through a 54-week course of radiation and chemotherapy, and he's sort of my inspiration for the whole attempt.
So were you visiting him there out at the Camperdown ward?
Yeah, at Westmead, yeah. I used to take my sister in quite often and to see what he's only 5, and to see what the rest of the children go through in that sort of course of treatment. It's quite an eye-opener.
It's harrowing, isn't it? I work as a clown doctor, so I'm out at the Children's Hospital at Westmead when I'm not at the Children's Hospital at Randwick or at Royal North Shore Hospital. So I've seen and got to know a lot of those families out there, and they're really doing it tough.
Yes, it's quite harrowing. This is, I guess, the treatment on top of all the travel and arranging and appointments and all that sort of thing. It's quite.
It's an exhausting process, isn't it? Because the family's basically giving up your whole life to live at the hospital, and it's everything centres around your child's treatment. Now, what's the money going towards in the oncology department? Can they tell you? Is it a specific?
No, not just basically all the. Obviously, they get their funding from normal government sources, but
Sure.
that's just, the actual fundraising goes towards all the extras, so they can just make all the children's
life a bit more
time
comfortable.
there a bit more comfortable. Yes.
Sure. Yep.
Oh, and you're attempting to raise $5,000 for the oncology department out at Westmead.
Yes.
And so how can people get involved if they want to sponsor you and come along and actually see you during... Can people do that? Can they just drop in during the 24-hour period and go, "G'day, Alan, good on you, go for it"?
Yeah, they can drop in. I'll actually be starting on the 16th at 10 p.m. at night.
Mm-hmm.
And once the course closes, it'll be that actual course will be closed off for my attempt. So any time between 10 o'clock on the Sunday night for Monday at 10 o'clock, they can come and say hello, and I'll be going around and around and around and
Well,
around.
and around and around. Now, Alan, if people want to donate money to this cause, how do they do that?
Well, if they can contact me, I'm actually in the process of setting up a fund. But if they want to contact me on my mobile number, if I could give that out.
Okay, if you want to give it out, that's fine. It's 0401
Yep.
846 914. And I have in front of me your charitable fundraising endorsement from Westmead Children's Hospital.
And the checks get made out to the Children's
Hospital
at Westmead.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic, and I wish you lots of luck. I dare say I will be there on the night because my husband thinks he wants to do a little bit of a documentary on your challenge.
Oh, that would be excellent.
So he's talking about coming down there. So I'll probably be there, and I'll cheer
Fantastic.
you on.
Cheering you
Alan.
on.
Good on you, Alan. It's a great cause,
Well
Yeah,
done.
looking forward to the challenge.
and we wish you lots of luck.
And
Thanks.
hopefully you get a few aces on the night.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm probably expecting somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500.
Oh, good on you. Well, I hope you break the record and you raise lots of money for the Children's Hospital. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Bye, Alan.
Bye.
And that's Allan Cox, who's going to try and break a world record for a 24-hour mini putt-putt
24 hours of
challenge.
putt-putt. And we were struggling after an hour or two with the
I have to
kids.
tell you, I was really struggling. I don't know. I just, I know the last course is pretty exciting for the kids. My kids were actually climbing on the courses. They
My little
preferred-
monkey was climbing all over everything too, and she was kicking the ball and doing everything other than what you're supposed to do on the
See,
course.
I am actually quite competitive. And when the kids started kicking the ball and they were cheating, I started to get angry.
You get quite annoyed, yes.
And plus, I couldn't climb on the little buildings like they could. So
No, you don't get away with it, do you,
You
after
don't.
the age of about, 35,
Well,
I'd
no,
say.
I think it's got more to do with my weight.